Hey guys, my name is Mary Ward and I am the Assistant Professor of Graphic Design at MSU Northern, and I am going to be your professor teaching the Art History 330 class, which is the Art History of Western Civilization 1, and that covers prehistory up through to the Renaissance. So it's definitely very early art. And in this video I'm going to go over the syllabus. I'm going to try to do this as quickly and painlessly as possible. So here's my phone number. This is the fastest way to get a hold of me. You can text me and include your name in the text when you text me so I know who's getting a hold of me. Here's my edu email address, and then you can also email me in Brightspace. Texting is definitely the fastest way to get a hold of me. So here's the course description. Basically, this class is a journey through time. We're going to be examining works of art and art movements spanning from very early prehistory up to the Renaissance period. And this course will enable you to recognize the way in which artists have sought to give form to visual ideas and concepts throughout early history. And you'll be able to recognize culturally significant works of art. You will develop a visual arts vocabulary as an aid to understanding artwork and art movements, and it will provide an increased awareness of the social, political, cultural, and historical frameworks in which artists lived and their work was created. So here's the required course material. You definitely need the book, Gardner's Art Through the Ages, A Global History, Volume 1. So we don't need both volumes, just Volume 1. And that's the early art history, prehistory to the Renaissance. And here's the e-text ISBN number. I also provided the hard copy ISBN number, but most students seem to go with the e-text. Definitely the edition is the 16th edition, so pay attention to that. The cover should look like this. Here's a link to the book on the publisher's website. You can purchase it here. You might have to copy paste this into your internet browser to get it to work. The MSU Northern bookstore has physical copies that you can rent for the semester. You can go to Amazon or Chegg or any other online bookstore to purchase this book. Just make sure you get the volume 1. And make sure the copyright year is 2020 and it's the 16th edition. So these are strongly suggested materials: a personal computer, an internet connection, and a notebook. Those are all great things to have. Grades are based on the following. So actually this is chapter quizzes. Oops, can't edit that right now, but that's worth 40%. Exercises, assignments, discussions, any other type of mini project is also worth 40%. Project number 1 is take a tour of an Egyptian tomb. That's a virtual tour. That's worth 10%. Project number 2 is more of a written assignment, and you basically, it's Roman influences in the modern world, and you kind of find different influences in your everyday life that you see that are actually from Rome. So here's the course schedule. We basically do a chapter a week. The only exception would be the Ancient Greece chapter and the Roman chapter. We split those up and we go over those in 2 weeks. So we take our time with those 2 chapters because they're longer and there's more information in those chapters. So I find taking our time on those is very helpful for students, and it just makes it so that we can go a little deeper into Greek and Roman art. And we basically make it to chapter 14. So here's the grading scale. It's pretty standard. Remember, D's in college are not passing. Some people don't know that, so I just want to go over that again. D's are not passing grades in college. Student responsibilities, check Brightspace daily, read the announcements in Brightspace, read the tasks outlined in the weekly modules. So that's week 1 through week 16. We have a 16-week semester coming up, so remember to complete those chapter readings every week. You watch the lecture videos, and then you take your chapter quiz every week. Complete any additional assignments outlined in the modules. Try to do that in a timely manner. Remember the 2 major projects for the class. You need to be working on those throughout the semester. They're worth 10% of your overall grade each. Project number 1 and project number 2. And then try not to fall behind, because it's extremely difficult to catch up once you've fallen behind, especially if you get very far behind. Try to take reading seriously. That's probably the most important thing, is reading your book, and watching the lecture videos obviously is also an important piece. Most weeks there will be lecture videos for you to watch. There might be a few that don't have lecture videos. They will help, the lecture videos are helpful because they help to reinforce the chapter reading. They can help you do better on the chapter quiz. And for those that have a hard time with reading comprehension, the chapter lecture videos can be helpful to those people. One thing about the lecture videos that you can try is if you're cleaning or cooking, running those chapter videos on a computer or a tablet, and glancing over every once in a while when I bring up a new slide so that you know what I'm talking about, which artwork I'm talking about. You can run it while you're cooking, while you're cleaning. You don't have to provide all of your attention to the chapter videos, but they are helpful. And just make sure you're listening. And obviously reading is still required because I do not cover absolutely everything in the lecture videos, although most things I do actually cover in the lecture video. And also, as a student responsibilities, if you're confused, ask me a question and try to get an answer. I mean, I'll give you the best answer I can, but as a student, if you're confused, you need to ask questions. That's one of your responsibilities. So you can email me, text me. If you have questions, texting is the fastest way, obviously, to get a hold of me. Late work, they're accepted, but they are cut down automatically by a letter grade for being tardy. And then every week that passes, your grade will drop another letter grade. So I really enjoy it when everybody gets everything in on time, and I can go into an assignment and grade everything all at once, and I don't have to, track down missing work. I love it when that happens. So I really do appreciate it when students get things on time. But I do understand every once in a while something happens, and it's nice to have a little flexibility built in. So just try not to abuse that, and try to get your work in on time, obviously. Attendance, there's no required attendance since this is online. Office hours, I don't have any scheduled office hours for this online course, but I am willing to meet with any of you in any format you wish. Zoom, in person, WebEx. You can text or email me to set up a time to meet. We can also talk on the phone. I actually end up doing that with a lot of my online students. You just text or email me to set up a time to talk on the phone, and that works really well. I've done that many times. Here's the Academic Integrity and Misconduct Code, the Accessibility Statement. So Jonna Antonich is the Student Accessibility Coordinator, so if you have any kind of disability, you can get a hold of her. Here, that's her contact information. Tutoring Central, here's their contact information. They can help you with specific classes. Brightspace Technical Support, these guys are great. They are really helpful. Jason Gear or Brittany Garden, and here is the contact information for those two. And that's pretty much the syllabus in a nutshell. It should be a pretty interesting class. It's an interesting subject, and it's actually a pretty fun class. So I look forward to the rest of the semester, and we'll talk to you later.